Hey guys, Joe Frank here, market analyst for YouTrading, and today we're going to be looking at a couple of trade ideas, or just a couple of plays that I'm thinking about for this week. So we'll start here on euro dollar. You can see we've been rebounding quite strongly from those sub parity lows that we hit last week. The latest leg that's come this Tuesday is on reports that the ECB, which is doing a rate announcement on Thursday, might be considering a 50 basis point rate hike. Like, they've been guiding for months and months and months that they're going to do a 25 basis point rate hike, but obviously the inflation situation in the Eurozone has continued to deteriorate. Other central banks like the Fed and the Bank of England potentially, and the RBA and the RBNZ and all these other major central banks have also been accelerating the pace of rate hikes as well. So that does give the ECB the room to do a 50 basis point rate hike. It wouldn't be something crazy given all the other banks are already doing it. But anyway, this has been boosting the euro, and we're now eyeing a couple of key areas of resistance. So you've got the 21-day moving average there just above 103. That's the blue line. But then more importantly, in my opinion, you've got these previous annual lows here, and that's around 103.50. Now, this is a very, very obvious level of resistance, and there will probably be a lot of people looking to reload on short positions and perhaps target a retest of annual lows when we get there. The thing is, with these very obvious areas where people are there's potentially going to be a one-way trade, you sometimes see a stop run happening, because imagine people place their stops around here, around 104, when they're going short at 103.40. Well, then if those stops go, then we could burst above this. So just bear in mind that that is a risk, guys. And then you'd be looking at a test of the 50-day moving average around 104.70. And also, if we just zoom out a little bit, I can draw this very nice downtrend that euro dollar has stuck to very, very well in the last couple of months. But yeah, you'd be looking at a test of that. Obviously, if we did break above that as well, then you'd be looking at a test of resistance in the 106 area. It was resistance, then it turned to support, then it turned to resistance once again. Well, 106 to 106.50 area, you'd be looking potentially there. But I think for now, I still think that the long-term bias in euro dollar is going to be to the downside, guys, because you got the Fed, which is, even though people are talking about peak inflation in the US and a recession, the economic situation in the Eurozone is worse, and the ECB, although they are going to be hiking rates, they're not going to be doing it anywhere near as aggressively as the Fed. So I still maintain that long-term sort of bearish outlook for this pair. Moving on, let's talk about oil prices. You can see I've already marked up some technicals here. We've got oil, which has been in this downtrend since, well, pretty much it peaked in mid-June, and it's been falling more or less ever since. But we are probing the top of this downtrend, and a break above that, and a break above the 21-day moving average, which is about $104 per barrel, could open the door to a swift test of this this level of support turned resistance here around 105.50, and then obviously if all of that goes, well, then you could be in for a bit of a run higher potentially towards this 50-day moving average here, which is around 110. The weakening global economic outlook, to me, suggests that this kind of move, isn't really warranted unless the geopolitical situation severely deteriorates. And we are talking about this week how, so obviously the Nord Stream 1 pipeline, we already talked about this, it's under maintenance at the moment. On Thursday, that is when this planned maintenance is scheduled to be finished, and then you should see the resumption of gas flows to Germany directly from Russia. If that doesn't happen, and if Russia is basically embargoing Germany with gas, as there are some reports doing the rounds that they have that Gazprom, the Russian gas exporter, has declared a force majeure against a major customer, which could be Germany, it could be this Nord Stream gas. well then that could put upward pressure on oil, because it would increase the demand for oil in the Eurozone as people rush for energy alternatives. But then obviously heightened geopolitical tensions add some risk premium as well. So that could be the sort of catalyst that we might need to get above these key technical levels. But then again, like I was saying, the weakening global economic outlook, I don't think warrants a return to these highs here for now, unless, you know, economic data takes a turn for the better, and other risk assets are rallying and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.